and one grout block will turn into one seared brick, which we then need for the controller, which will give us, well, a start on smelting. So there's a couple ways of going about doing this, and I'll show you my personal favorite way. So we're going to need a little bit more wood. Well, what I like to do is make barrels. So these are the ex nihilo barrels. So 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5. 5 barrels. I'm also going to want my bucket. Alright, so let me see here. Trying to figure out a good place for our smeltery. Maybe in the back here. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Five. Alright, oh, also have this lovely pool of essence here, which we will get to later in the series. Alright, so now what I want to do is fill up these with water. Look at all the squids, man. Check that out. That's pretty awesome. And actually what I'm going to do is going to make a little infinite water supply here. That way I can just get it out of there instead of running all the way back to the beach. Alright, so now fill up each of these barrels with water. And now what I'm going to do is go back in and create a hammer. An ex nihilo hammer. Let me see. I have a little bit of iron, so I'm going to make it out of iron. Oh, I need sticks. For some reason I don't have any sticks. Alright. Trying to think. Here we go. Hammer. So 2 sticks in a diagonal pattern and then iron or stone even. Makes your hammer. Alright, now this bad boy is pretty neat. Basically, you start with cobble, and if you hammer cobble, it gives you gravel. If you hammer the gravel, it gives you sand. And if you hammer sand, it gives you this stuff called dust. And dust, mixed with water, makes clay blocks. See where I'm going with this? Alright. So, if we look up Grout, give it a second. 1 clay ball, sand, and gravel makes 2 grout, or we can use the blocks, which makes 8 grout. This is the recipe that I like to use. So we don't need as much clay as we do sand or gravel, right? But still good to have. So I'm just going to hammer away on the sand, collect some more dust, and then we'll put it in the barrels. Now you could go to a river basin, basin, river biome if you have one, where your base is. And dig up, clay that way. I find though you're gonna need a lot of clay, and so this is just a nice, simple way of getting it. Plus, clay is good for making bricks, which we're gonna need for some machines later. Plus, they just look nice. Alright, so I've got, I'll get 2 stacks of dust. Well, I'll get a stack and a half. How about that? Alright. So now, we just go crazy. And obviously you can create more barrels and make this process a little bit quicker if you want, or more efficient, but for now I think this will do. It is getting dark. Oh goodness. Which means I'll be going in soon. So I don't get eaten. It's the last thing we need. Alright. One more round. Perfect. Okay. To the bedroom. So you have 31 pieces of clay, which is pretty good. Oh, my goodness. I think that volcano finally decided to erupt. That's pretty crazy. Glad I'm separated by this river. That'd be devastating. All this wood, the entire house would just burn to the ground. All right. So now, what we can do is can create some more clay, but we are in need of gravel. Now I do have clay block here, which I'm going to use, and I have a little bit of sand, a little bit of gravel. That's fine. I've been digging around in the river a little bit, so I have that to me. But I'm assuming you're not by a river, or you don't have easy access to a river or an ocean, or even whatever for that matter. So this is just another way of getting clay. So it's clay here, sand like that, and gravel like that. And that gives you a grout. But we're going to need more gravel. And if you remember, I said we can get that from hammering cobblestone. So now, what we can do is, again, you have a choice here, one of two things. We can go mining, mine up a whole slew of cobblestone, place it down, and then just hammer it away. Or we can create a cobble generator, which I think is my personal favorite. So, just going to dig out the necessary blocks for a cobble generator. Yeah, I believe that's right. So water goes in on that side, lava on that side. Perfect. But how are we going to get lava? Well, that is a fantastic question. I'm glad that skeleton was there too, because... Oh, he didn't give me a bone. Well, never mind. We're going to make porcelain clay. And porcelain clay is going to give us a crucible. Forgot I had some stuff in the furnace here. So I'm going to get bones. Going to make bone meal. I'm going to take clay and bone meal. And we're going to make porcelain clay. I have 12 porcelain clay. So now I can make an unfired crucible, which means that it has to be fired. And basically what this is going to allow us to do is take cobblestone, melt it down into lava. So I'm going to put it, where am I going to put it? I'll put it right here. Now in order for this to work, we have to put a torch underneath. Bloop. And then fill it up with cobblestone. And over time, that'll melt down to lava. Alright. So now, as it melts down into lava, we're going to make us some of this grout and start smelting it up into the seared bricks. I'll put some of this stuff away here. Don't need the porcelain clay really anymore. Now naturally, if you have more bones, then you can make more porcelain clay, which, you know, gives you, gives you another crucible if you want it or need it. Obviously, more crucible means more lava, which is not a bad thing. Helps keep the furnace going. So, I look into that myself. Getting another one going. Alright. I think I'm good. Yep. So, seared brick. And, you know, actually what I'm going to do is create another crafting station here. There we go. And seared bricks, don't have quite enough to make anything special yet, but if you put it in a Ford like that, it just gives you the seared bricks. So, as soon as I made that, I get the Mighty Smelting book. So this is another book. Tells you about casting, how to make the smeltery, all the alloys you can make, and different recipes. And we'll go over a little bit of this. But feel free to read through this, checking out the different alloys that you can make. And then you can make liquids and stuff like that. How to form a cast, it even tells you how to make grout, which by this point you kind of had to make grout. and then how to build the tanks and glass and stuff like that. We'll get to that. We will get to that. Alright, so let's see how our crucible is doing. Hopefully it's done. No, not quite. It does take quite a while. Alright. So in the meantime, maybe we can harvest some of these crops. So this one's good. I can't, okay. So I think all these are mature. Slick water. It really looks like barley. So I only got one essence seed from that again. Oh, there you go. That's alright. Mature. So let me just replant. So we have blackberries, we have strawberries, and we have raspberries. Got a ton of blackberries. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Do 6 on that side. Is this raspberry? I'll do raspberry here, here, and here. Oop. And then we'll do strawberries over there. I can pick up our tomatoes. Oop, replant. There we go. And our corn. Oh, there are the corn seeds. Alright. Yummy. Corn on the cob.